Hi there. Today I'm going to show you how I draw tulips. I think tulips are one of the easiest flowers to draw and is perfect for beginners. Well, let's get started. Okay, so let's get started here with our first tulip. I have a reference photo there so you can pick any of these tulips to draw. You can choose any of them. They come in so many different colors and formats, and when they are a little older, they start opening and have a different shape than the ones that are very young. So one way to imagine how to draw a tulip and make it easier is to draw a little cup like the one I just did now, and then connect the petals of the tulip however you want. You don't need to follow the reference exactly. It's just to have a base or an idea of how you can do that. But this is, as I always say, this is your art. Your art is your world. You can create it however you want. Well, unless you want to make your drawing hyper realistic, then that will be a different thing. But here we're just doing this drawing to enjoy the process, to have some quality time with our art. So just produce art that pleases you. And if not following exactly a reference photo is ideal for you, then I recommend that you do that. Well, anyway, so we are now continue here with our composition, adding some leaves. So the leaves of the tulips are usually very long, and they're pretty plain. I think they don't have a lot of details, which makes it easier to draw. But if you want to add something a little more interesting to your drawing, I like to make the leaves are kind of folding a little bit, and so that's why the leaf has two outer lines on them. And then of course create the stem of your tulip. They can be pretty long and they're pretty straightforward. That's no much details in it. And I decided to add another tulip, which is like a little open. So when they're a little older, and say if they're being seen from up above, then you can see inside the tulip, where you can see all the details on the inside part of the flower. This one is a little more challenging. One way to do it, I first make a large circle, and then I make the other oval shapes of petals. I'm trying here to follow the reference as much as possible, but you know me, I don't really like to follow references very perfectly. So here too, the petals are a little bit fold, so you can see both parts of it inside and outside, which is why it has the extra layer of detail in these flowers. And then of course we're just gonna add that middle part of the flowers, those little, I don't know what they're called, the little thingies inside the flower, inside the tulip. And they also don't need to be exact like our reference here. As usual, so right now this drawing looks a little bit raw, and only once we start shading, it's then when we going to add more definition to our drawing and to our tulips. So tulips are one of my favorite flowers. I wonder what's your favorite flower. Uh, Leave a comment below and let me know if you have a flower that you like more than others. I'm just curious. It would be interesting to know what people out there like most as far as flowers. I think all flowers are beautiful. It's hard to say that, a flower is ugly. Most flowers in the world are so beautiful. But some of them, we tend to have like a preference for some of the flowers. And I think tulip is one of my favorites. Okay, so here now you see me doing this border in the drawing, and I kind of like when a drawing it's kind of coming out of the frame, coming out of the border. So that's why that tulip and a couple of the leaves are outside of that frame. It looks nice. It looks very dynamic. It's something interesting to add to your composition. If you're not used to do that, I recommend it to try and see if you like it. I mean, I like this one here. So we're starting with the shading now. So the shading part of the drawing, as you know, I always say that in here in the channel, is the part that takes the longest. And here we are doing some hatching. That's a technique that we use when doing the drawing entirely in ink pen. It's also the same technique can be used for other mediums such as colored pencils and things of that nature. So this takes a long time and sometimes it hurts your finger a little bit. So this is a little foamy thing that I use to put it on the pen. I don't have here when I'm doing this drawing, but you could use this to avoid hurting your fingers. Because at some point after several minutes holding the pen in the same position and trying to finish the drawing, at some point your finger could hurt. And it's good to use this foam. You can buy this at your local craft store, or if you don't find it at the store, I'm pretty sure online you can find it. So it's like a pencil holder. It works for pens or color pencils, anything that you're going to be holding for a long time. And when we do the shading part of an ink drawing, that is something that can take a long time. So this one here in particular, it fits very well in an ink pen like this. Some of the others are too tight, so they will fit better maybe in pencils. So this is like a pencil holder, foamy pencil holder. So here for this tulip, I did a lot of dark shading just to make the front petals of it just pop out really nicely. You don't need to make so much shadings, but I think it looks good. So slow down the video a little bit so you can see in real time what the time that it takes for all this shading. When you start a project like this, I recommend that you take your time. Don't try to rush. This is quality time anyway. So enjoying the process of your art, it's quality time, and you shouldn't rush. But for the purpose of creating this video, I always speed up the video. Otherwise, it would take a long time. It would be a very, very long video. So if you are new to drawing, or you are a beginner in any kind of medium, ink or watercolor or anything like that, try to sketch as much as possible. Try to produce art and drawings or doodles as much as you can. I think that helps us to gain confidence, and the practice of drawing every day, ideally, if that fits into your schedule. It's a good way to improve our art and to learn new techniques, and to just exercise our hands and our vision. It's very important to learn how to see in order to draw, and also help us to experiment with various things, say maybe subjects, new subjects. If you are not used to draw flowers, and then suddenly you start drawing flowers, well, it's a completely new subject to you. And you start getting used to it and experimenting how to make them in a way that you like, and in a way that you enjoy the process. So you like the final product, but you also enjoy the process, which is honestly, that is the most important thing. Sometimes we don't like the final product, but we enjoy the process, so that's a good thing. The problem is if you don't like the process, then that's maybe pointless to producing art if you're not enjoying the process and you're not getting anything out of it. So for instance, for me, I don't draw, for instance, a lot of cars and things of that nature. I tend to draw a lot of buildings and flowers, people, doodles. But when it comes to certain types of subjects, I'm just not used to it. So it's good sometimes to come out of our comfort zone and try to draw something that we're not used to it, like a subject that you usually are not very interested in. But trying to draw something that you're not interested takes you out of your comfort zone. So here we have these tulips, these flowers, and maybe that's not in your comfort zone, which is exactly why it's good to try, because you get to learn something about that subject and about that drawing and the techniques that come to producing that subject. But the important thing is that you are enjoying the process. So if you are enjoying the process and you're having fun with it, then you should really be doing as much as possible to practice your drawing, to be able to improve your art and just, I don't know, learn something new and get used to something different. So for instance, here today, I decided to add a quote on the side of our tulips. I'm sorry that the camera is a little bit out of focus there on the first words. So this is not a calligraphy video. I'm not going to focus much in the calligraphy. And well, honestly, I'm not doing anything special in there. I'm just kind of, this would be my handwriting if I was writing things with cursive letters or curves. Is that a word? um, but I enjoy creating this. This I didn't create a quote. This is somebody else's quote, but it was fun to do that. Just to add something new, just to do something different. Well, I'll let you watch me decorate this calligraphy a little bit, and I will come back soon. So I hope you found this video useful. I like the way that the tulips came out. I like the composition with some of the tulips coming out of the frame. And I really enjoy adding that quote on the side of the tulips and practice a little bit of calligraphy. Well, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.